Hey everyone, I am Rob and welcome back to this collaboration between On the Fence Movie Review and the Knights of Horror to bring to you another episode of Slashback Friday. Now in this episode of Slashback Friday, I'm going to review a movie that came out in 1993, and it's probably, I would say, a lot of people really have this movie high on their Halloween list of movies to watch, some even their favorite Halloween movie, and it is Hocus Pocus. Now, I'm not going to I'm going to mention some things that might be spoiler, nothing too crazy as far as the plot, but just little things that I want to mention that kind of I liked or didn't like. Now, Hocus Pocus follows, it starts off with these three sisters. It takes place, I believe, in the 1700s. These three sisters who are witches, they're in Salem, and they're feeding off of young children, their aura or their souls, or, they have the witches always have a pot of a black kettle brewing, but I don't know if they throw the children in there and eat them that way, or if they just suck the soul. But in this movie, they're kind of just sucking the soul out of this little girl. Her brother finds her, tries to stop it. He is unsuccessful, but the townspeople find out about the witches. They come, but before they can get the witches, they kill the little girl and they turn her older brother, into a cat who's pretty much immortal. He's gonna have to live out his life as a cat, knowing that his sister, he couldn't make it to his sister in time, and that's kind of the witches' way of punishing him and cursing him. But the townspeople come, they find him, they, were like, hey, we're our children. They're not saying anything, but they're going to hang them. But before they can hang them, the eldest sister casts a spell, which, if someone lights a candle on a Halloween, it'll bring them back to life. And then they hang them, which is, I would say this is a kids movie or children's movie, but very dark some areas, and it had very scary elements in some, I would say, even for children, because I was like, that's a little bit scary, but I guess I watched it when I was little, so I didn't turn out too bad. At least I hope I didn't. Anyways, so that's kind of the way this movie starts off. So then we fast forward 300 years. We're following this young boy and his sister. I believe his name's Max. They just moved from California. They're in Salem, and they're trying to get acclimated to the area, trying to meet people. And there is the story of the Sandersons. Oh, that's the name of the witches, the Sanderson sisters. And they have lore. There's like a visit, like a tourist kind of attraction shop that was closed down, but there's hints of that in this movie. And so, it's Halloween night. The brother, has to take his sister out trick-or-treating. He ends up running into a girl that he has a crush on from school. They kind of hang out. They end up going to where the witch's house used to be, where they used to live. And, not accidentally, but he doesn't know the curse that was put on or the spell. He lights the candle, brings the witches back, and that's kind of where our story goes. Is the witches need to, before the end of Halloween night's over, they need to suck all the souls out of the children to stay alive, otherwise they will die. And we have the three children who, it's a brother and sister, and then the brother, he has a crush on this girl. It's them three kind of throughout the movie trying to stop the sisters, but also they are assisted, and it's an important character is the cat that was the young boy from earlier in the movie that they turned into a cat who's immortal, kind of helps them on their quest, because he's been around this whole time watching over the house to, making sure that this doesn't happen, and it did happen. So he springs into action and kind of guides them and helps them and lets them know, this is a safe area. The witches can't go here, and we need to do this. This is how you stop them, kind of thing. And that's kind of where I'm going to stop as far as details of the movie itself. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for you if you decide to watch it, but I will say this. This is just my overall thoughts of this movie. Is I did enjoy it. Every year, I don't watch this movie every year, but I do watch it. It's on the list of, oh, I should watch this movie around Halloween time. And I typically try to get to it because it is kind of a staple of Halloween, and it does take place on Halloween and involves witches. So, but, but the thing I liked about it, and I thought about this as I was watching it, these witches are funny, and they're funny, but they have evil intent, but it's in a funny way. I liken these three witches to like the three stooges of witches. You have the eldest witch, which she's very to the business. This is what needs to get done, and the middle sister is wants to please the eldest sister, and she's always by her side, always trying to help her. Anything she needs, she's there for her. Where the younger sister is just crazy and does her own thing, and flies off the handle sometimes, and that brings a funny element to these sisters. And just each one of them has their own personality, and I think they do well in playing these characters how they did. And to the younger actors, the three children who are trying to stop them, I think they did a good job. I enjoyed it. Just it's this movie is cheesy at times, and I understand, it's made for children, and as an adult, I look at that, I'm like, okay, as a kid, I would probably laugh at that, or this would be funny. But overall, the movie is enjoyable. There are funny elements. There are kind of dark elements, like the sisters getting hung. I look at that and I'm like, oh wow, I watched that as a child. So I mean, 1993, I was kind of a child still, young adult or young teenager, I guess. Anyways, dating myself. But overall, this movie is entertaining. There are funny elements. There are dark elements. But in the negative aspect of it, there are little things that I'm gonna nitpick. That Bette Midler is the main witch, and there is a song number for her where she's singing, and it kind of just it feels a little out of place, but at the same time it's silly, and I could see why they would throw it in there because Bette Midler that's what she was kind of known for. They're flying. There's this one scene where they're flying and chasing the kids. The kids are in a car, and they kind of make references as they're pulling them over, like police. And I was just like, how do they know about police? Were there police back when they were alive? Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there. But little things like that, that I would nitpick about and be like, oh, that's kind of dumb, or oh, that joke didn't land. But overall, I'm gonna say you should get off the fence and check Hocus Pocus out, because it is an entertaining movie. It is, specifically around Halloween time. It is on Halloween that this movie takes place. So it just kind of has the overall feel of Halloween. Again, there's little things in there that I would be like, oh, that's kind of dumb, or I didn't like that. But the majority of this movie, I was laughing. I was chuckling. I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. Or they do little things. And the witches overall, just them as a core, I think they did a great job in being funny, being serious, and just kind of being the backbone of this movie. I think they did a great job. So there you go. So that's my thought on Hocus Pocus. Definitely get off the fence and check that out. Well, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Slashback Friday and this collaboration between the Knights of Horror and On the Fence Movie Review. We truly do appreciate all your support. If you like this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe to On the Fence Movie Reviews and also the Knights of Horror. You can check us out on our YouTube pages, our Instagram. Again, we truly do appreciate all of your support. And in saying all that, remember, don't light candles in strange dark houses.